Hello, hello. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create the stockinette stitch, where you knit every stitch on one side and you purl on the other side. So you have these smooth V's on one side where you do your knits, and then on the back side, the other side is purls where you have the bumps. This is a project that I've already started, so I would highly suggest that you watch my first video on how to knit for beginners. That is where I teach you how to cast on, how to create the slip knot, how to cast on and knit. And you'll want to learn how to knit before going on to this step because this is a little bit more advanced. Okay, so once you cast on, and your first stitch is going to be just to knit, so we're just going to knit one row, flip it over, and purl. Knit, flip it over, purl, flip it over, and knit. Okay, so once you've created your slip knot and you've cast on, you're going to want to just knit that first row. So just knit. Knit the first row all the way to the end, and then you're going to flip it over to where the yarn is in your left hand on the needle. Okay, and now I'm going to teach you how to purl. Purling is a little bit more advanced, but you can do this. Okay, you just simply take your needle from the right to the left, stick it up through the hole, and then you're going to wrap the yarn around your needle for a yarn over and pull it through. The first one's a little tricky because it's on the edge, so just give yourself grace. It's going to be a little tricky. Tighten it back up. Okay, let's do that again. So you're just going to go in from the right to the left, pull your yarn over, tuck it down through, and then just slide it off. Go up through from the right to the left, wrap it around, pull it through, and slide it off. And that is purling. Stick it through, wrap it around, pull that yarn through, and slide it off. And you're just going to want to continue purling for this whole row all the way to the end. And then once you get to the end, see all the purls, you're going to just flip it over to where your yarn is on the right, and your yarn that's on your needle is in your left hand. Then you're going to knit a row. So just knit the whole entire row. When you get to the end, you just flip your work over to where the yarn on your needle is in your left hand. Okay, and then we're going to purl. Stick your needle up through, wrap it around for a yarn over, pull that stitch through, and then slide it off. Just tighten it up a little bit. I'm going to do a whole row of purls. All the way to the end. When practicing, just do a small swatch of like 10 to 12 stitches across. Keep it small while you're practicing. And always knit loosely when you're practicing, so that way you're not having to force your needle through the stitch. It makes it more relaxing and more enjoyable. Okay, I've flipped my work over. Now you can really see the knits, the V's on one side. You can really see the purls on the other side. And this is called the Stockinette Stitch. And when you knit in the round and you're just knitting, this is the pattern that you will produce. It's very pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to knit this next row. If you're interested in checking out some super soft cozy yarn, I have yarn for sale on my website, dawnsyarnhaven.com. I'll put the link in the description so you can access it easily. And these yarns are really super soft. They have wool and cotton blends, so they're super soft and stretchy. They're not all tight and taut. So this, as you can see, this makes a very beautiful pattern where you can see the V's on one side and the purls on the other, and that is a stockinette stitch. So if you've enjoyed this, subscribe to my channel to where you can see the upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing another video on how to do a swatch and how to gauge your stitches, and that's very crucial when you're creating a project. You'll want to know everyone knits a little differently. The gauge as far as how tight your tension is or how loose. So you're going to want to measure that before following a pattern, so you'll know how many to cast on and how many stitches you'll need to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And enjoy knitting. Be blessed.